Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a little AI nail recreation inspiration challenge. So I am in this nail group on Facebook called Nail Art Social. And we do fun little mini challenges over there. And we're doing one where we are picking an AI generated nail set and then using it as inspiration to recreate or make something inspired by similar, to test our abilities, expand our skills, practice new things, that sort of fun stuff. So I've gathered some items to try to bring the inspo to life. So I am gonna pop up the mood board, as I've been calling it here. It's got 4 photos. They're all a little bit different, but they're all kind of similar in vibe as well. I generated these with Meta actually, and based on some keywords or descriptions that I thought were the type of vibe I would like. And so this is what I've got. I'm gonna use some flowers, some rhinestones, some glitter, some flakies. We'll see how it comes out. I've got a plan and we're gonna work our way through it one at a time and we'll see what happens. So let's get into it. So I've got these nails on and I put a smoothing base coat on, so it's a little bit sticky, but then I accidentally jammed it into my watch. So this one's got a huge gouge in it, which I'm not pleased about doing, and I'm trying to smush it out a little bit because it's not completely dry. It's still malleable, which is how it got this gouge, but I don't seem to be able to close it. So my concern is that's going to cause a bit of a distortion there. However, I'm also not willing to just completely start over on the nail because that's stupid. So I'm just trying to push it together and it's becoming more like a scar, which is going to be a whole separate issue. The index finger had a little spot of destruction, but not as bad. So, whatever. So here's what we have. This one had, little destruction. This one had quite a bit, but it's fine. I think it'll be okay. So step 1, what I do with it. I had a polish in my hand. I had set it down over there. So this is the one we're gonna go with. It's from Nails Inc. It is a magnetic. It is called Laws of Attraction. And we're gonna use this magnet because we're gonna do the velvet effect. All of the bases are gonna be the same. It's the decoration that's gonna be different. This video may even end up being a little bit long just because of the complexity of what I'm gonna be doing, but I'll try to keep it at a reasonable length and cut out anything unnecessary and speed up the boring parts. That's looking cute already. So here's the first coat. I had to do the thumb out of frame because that was the only way I could hang my hand off the edge so that I could get the thumb flat. We are gonna do 2 coats of this though, so I will come back after the second coat is on. All right, so here is our 2 coats. There's the thumb. It's very shiny. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to dry though before we go in with a top coat, and I think I'm gonna use a smudge-free top coat first. That way we're less likely to ruin the magnetization that's already delicate. So I'll be back. Got a little bit dry. Got top coat put on there. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use a sticky base coat to have something to stick these glitters and these flakes in. I know they're a bit hard to look at, but that's what we're gonna use for those. And so that's gonna be the next step Each nail's got a bit of a different distribution, and that's fine. We're just going to work through them one at a time. So for this pinky, I want to put a little bit of this up here towards the top area. Spread them out a little bit if we can. And then a couple of flakes as well. Pulling those down a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a little bit more of these. It's more than I wanted. Let's grab some flakes as well. And I'm just going to push all this kind of flat into place. Alright, so that's the pinky. And then over here, we're going to put some up at the top. Mostly. A little bit more. Oop. We'll pull these down some. Kind of like that, I think. Get on there. And then let's get a couple of flakes in here as well. Add a little bit of dazzle. And then we'll do our little tappity tap. Now this is still sticky. So I'm trying to tap it lightly to flatten these down, but not necessarily stick my finger to it, though I am picking up some. But that's okay. And I'm cleaning my little brush off in between so that it's not just building up. Okay, now for this one, we're going to put some across the top, but we're also going to go kind of down the side with it. And then we'll put a little at the bottom as well. And then let's get us some flakes. Very, very dazzling. All right, now on this one, we mostly just want it kind of down here at the tip. All right, that's the nails we have so far. Camera has a hard time looking at super shiny things. That's okay. I'm gonna do the thumb real quick. Alright, so that's how that one looks. I think it's pretty cute. Hard for you to look at again. So I'm going to let these dry and then make sure they are good and pressed down. And then I'm going to go in with a little fluffy brush and dust off any loose glitters. And then I'm going to seal these in with another layer of top coat. So like we're going to top coat basically between each layer, so that we're less likely to ruin that layer when we go in with the next step. It's going to end up being a lot of polish, but that's totally fine because it's going to thin as it dries. But I'll be back. Alright, so this is where we're at with this, and we're ready to move on. So I've gathered us some paper flowers, but we're going to need to curve these just like any other sequin. So you may have seen me do this before, you may not, but this is how I get my sequins and chunky glitters to have curves. So I get a tool with a bit of a flat edge. You can use a cuticle pusher or a spoon or whatever you have, and I start pushing down on this rubber mat that has a little bit of give. And so it makes these little micro crimps, which then ends up just curving the item so that it'll lay flat on the nail. So you just want to do that until it has the curvature that you believe is going to work for you. And so I'm going to do that to quite a few of these so that they'll all be ready, and then I will come back. All right, I've got those curves, so we're going to go in and start applying them. I'm going to use a base coat again. Okay, so that's how I do it. They're curved, and I sit them on here, and then I just kind of push them down into that sticky from the base coat. So if it'll let you look at it, that's the pinky. All right, I think that's better. That'll let the tracking do it. I've figured out some stuff. Yeah, what do you think? That's cute, huh? All right, we're skipping this one because this one's gonna have 3D stuff. Let's do this one. And then just going in and making sure it's nice and pushed down around each petal in the center, all that good stuff so that it stays that way. And there's that one. Cute. Next one. There's that one. And then we have the thumb. All right, so that's those. Now these nails are a bit longer than the example photo, so there's more open space, but I don't really mind it. So before we move on to decorating this one, I'm gonna make sure that these are nice and dry, and then I'm going to seal those in so that we don't accidentally knock them loose while we're working on this one. So I will be back. Okay. These have a little top coat on here. It's not our final coat because it's not thick, but that has protected them enough that we can move on. So we can start decorating this guy. So I've got a little pile over there of flowers that I'm going to bring over here. I'm going to use 4 rhinestones only to stick them on. This stuff is magical. I'm gonna put some out on a palette and then like scoop it on with this little brush. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first one right here. And I've got these tweezers to grab it. These are flat, so it doesn't really matter which direction you put it on there. Yep. Wonder if it'd be easier if I do it from this angle. I think it might actually. Are y'all still able to see it? Looks like it. So yeah, we'll put that there. That's good. Let's get us a little bit more and put another one on. I'm only putting like a little glob for now so that we can put them on. And then once I get everything on here, I like to go all the way around it and seal it all in. So we'll put that right there. And then we're gonna put one up here. Yeah, like that. And then we're gonna put us a little embellishment here in the middle. I've got this half a pearl with a little gold ring around it. That's gonna go right there. Be real cute. And then got me a little rhinestone to put here. Trying to get away. Okay, and then I have a little flower to put here and a little flower to put here. So we get this little blue one. Gosh, stay where you're supposed to be. Get upright. Crazy. Tuck that in a little bit. And we've got a purple one. Go here. Pretty sure that's where that glob was. All right, and then I've got some flowers to stick here too. These ones are a little different because they're iridescent. All right, so that is our 3D embellished nail. What do you think? I'm gonna push everything down a little bit with my fingers, make sure it's nice and buried. And then we're gonna seal it all in as well. I think that's pretty cute. It's a bit of a junk nail, I would say, because it does have a lot of details, a lot of features, but I like it. So I am going to go around all of this and seal it in, but I'm gonna do it off camera because I have to get like all up on it. But once I get that in there, then we'll come back. We will seal everything in with a final thick glossy top coat, and then we'll compare what I've done to our mood board. All right, so I've got these nice and sealed in, and then I went in and I put the top coat on these, but I almost forgot that I was going to do some cuticle crystals here. So we're going to do those. And they're going to be these mermaid stones. Just do a few at a time. Turn these over actually too. Yeah, I think that's all right. That's plenty. There is a bit of a gap between them and the edge, but that is because I didn't want them to be like down in that crevice. I wanted them to be up here on the top. So that is fine. And push it down with my finger a little bit so I can make sure they're nice and stuck down in that adhesive. 4 rhinestones only is air dry, so it is amazing. Now, I feel like I would like to put something on here, but it's not necessary. And I'm not sure if I want to go like across this way because there's the glitter on this side, or if I want to go across this way because that's kind of the way the flowers go. And so I am conflicted about whether I should put anything at all. I feel like maybe I shouldn't, because then this nail is gonna seem like it's way too plain. And in none of those photos did this nail have like embellishment and that kind of stuff on there. So I think leaving it like this is probably going to be the best idea. What do you think? Obviously, you'll know what I ended up doing. And then here's the thumb. It also doesn't have anything on it. But I think with the glitter that I used, I mean, it really is quite blingy and decorative already. It doesn't need anything additional. It's just this was part of the design and I thought it was cute, even though that nail was already plenty. So I think I'm actually gonna leave it. I think that's gonna be the right decision. I think it's best if we do not let the too much gene kick in, because you know how that happens. I wish I had put some additional top coat on this nail before I decorated it, because I'm not going to be able to get this thick top coat in here the way that I would be if I was able to just paint it on. So unfortunately it's not going to have as much of that magnification, but it is its own thing. Okay, so we've made it to the end. I'm going to pop up the mood board again, and I'm going to put up a couple of the photos of the nails so that we can compare and see how similar it is. So let me know what you think. Do you think that we have recreated the mood, the vibe effectively, or do you think we've deviated too much? And if you feel like we've deviated, how so? Is this your vibe? If you were going to do a recreate AI nail set, is this the kind of vibe you would go for, or what would you actually prefer? What kind of keywords would you look for? What kind of nail design is more your theme and you think is doable translating from AI to real life and within your skill set, of course? We did use the flowers and I oriented them in a similar pattern as in the example. I put my glitters in a similar pattern as in the example. Even the accent nail is a sort of replica of the pattern of one of the nails. We did use the cuticle crystals and the example. So I think for the most part, it's pretty similar. Now the base color is a little different. I was going through for a more nudie, pinky vibe, but since I ended up picking this magnetic, it's a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more of a darker and metallic-y hue, I would say. But I think it is still very beautiful, very sparkly. I like it. I actually do. And I am going to leave these on. I like them so much. It could have went anyway, but I think it's good. I am going to, again, leave the link in the description for that Facebook group if you want to come over and join. We do fun little challenges. You can participate in those if you would like. And definitely do check the other links. There are links for some different brands down there. There's some discount codes. There's also links to my socials. Make sure that you're following those because sometimes I post things over there that I don't post over here. And make sure you're subscribed here so that you're not missing my content. And if you want members only exclusive perks, please go and explore the options available. There's a few different things in there. There's 4 levels. I tried to keep them all really affordable because the economy is economy-ing and we ain't got dollars to be throwing away. So hopefully if you're interested, it is within a fair budget and not too much of an inconvenience. I would love to have you if you do want to join. That way you can come to my members only activities. If you did make it to the end of the video though, definitely do leave me a comment or an emoji, like a flower emoji or a rhinestone emoji. Something to do with the nails would be quite nice. I definitely appreciate you watching my video. Hit the like button if you did like it. The algorithm thanks you and so do I. And you've noticed we have grown. We have gained a good amount of subscribers. We have passed a benchmark. And so we did have a giveaway recently. I haven't decided where we're going to put the next benchmark. It kind of just depends on where we're at. But I want to hear from you. What do you think we should do for our next celebration? No ideas are off the table. I want to hear what you want to do, and then we'll see what I can make happen. More to come on the details of what number we're going to set that for and what we're going to do after we see what kind of responses we get. But that's really it. Thank you so much for watching this video and for being here with me, supporting me. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.